Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today GTI just filed an 8K and I am seeing one major development that matters. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is essentially reporting on a court-appointed receiver's activities, and it sheds light on some very serious ongoing issues. So what we have here is an update from the court-appointed receiver, Paul L. Strickland. Remember, back in September of 2024, a court in Nevada put a receiver in charge of Global Tech Industries Group, Incorporated. Also known as GTI, this essentially means the company's operations are being overseen by an external party due to some trouble. This latest filing, specifically the 7th interim report, gives us a look at what the receiver has been doing. This report covers the period from the previous update all the way up to the 21st of April of this year. The receiver is tasked with looking into several critical areas. Think of it as a deep dive into the company's mess. One of the really significant points mentioned is the resignation of the company's independent auditors. When your auditors leave, especially in a situation like this, it is a huge red flag. It often means they couldn't get the information they needed to sign off on the company's financial statements, or they found something they really did not like. This is a critical piece of information that points to potential problems with how the company has been keeping its books. Following on from the auditor's resignation, the report also talks about the status of the company's audits for the past 2 years, 2023 and 2024. The fact that these audits are still not complete well over a year after the end of 2023 tells us that there are likely still major unresolved accounting issues. This is a big deal because without audited financial statements, it is very hard for investors to understand the true financial health of the company. It is like trying to navigate without a map. This phrase, misappropriated company funds, is really serious. It means money belonging to Global Tech Industries Group has been taken or used improperly. The receiver is actively working on tracking down these funds. This suggests a history of financial mismanagement and potential fraud within the company when funds are misappropriated. It directly impacts the company's ability to operate, pay its debts, and invest in its future. Think about your own finances. If money was suddenly missing, it would be a disaster. For a company, losing track of funds can lead to bankruptcy. It is very similar to what happened with companies like Wells Fargo when they were caught with fake accounts, impacting customer trust and leading to massive fines. The receiver is also dealing with issues related to the company's properties and storage. This could involve anything from physical assets like buildings or equipment to inventory stored somewhere. Again, the fact that this is an ongoing concern indicates that the company's physical assets might be tied up in legal disputes, difficult to access, or are being used as collateral for debts. It adds another layer of complexity to sorting out the company's affairs. Finally, the report mentions pending litigation. This means there are ongoing lawsuits involving the company. When a company is in receivership, it is often already facing significant legal challenges. These lawsuits can lead to further financial liabilities, drains on resources, and can complicate any efforts to restructure or sell the company. Now, looking at the company's stock, it is trading over the counter, specifically on the OTC markets under the ticker GTI, when a company is in receivership or facing these kinds of serious issues. Its stock price typically suffers. Investors are often very wary of putting their money into a company whose future is so uncertain and whose management is effectively out of control. We've seen this play out with other struggling companies, like once prominent retailers that ended up delisted. Overall, this filing is not really about good news. It is a status update on a company that is in deep trouble. The key takeaways are the auditor's resignation, the unresolved audits, the ongoing investigation into missing funds, and the other operational and legal complexities. These are all signs that GTI has significant hurdles to overcome. The fact that a receiver is in place and these issues are still being investigated months later suggests a very challenging path ahead for the company and its shareholders. What I am actually looking for is clarity on when these audits will be completed and what the findings will be regarding the misappropriated funds. The risk I am watching is whether any recovery of those funds is even possible and what that means for the company's long-term viability. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. Like, comment, subscribe, and join the Discord linked in the description.